Nigerians won't stop talking about the state of the nation if the government fails to do the needful. A drastic approach without any compromise is needed to combat insurgency in Nigeria. Of course, his diverse views at News Joints, anchored by Michael Adekunle, and I have my reviewers here to deliberate with me on insurgency and the ban on open grazing that is currently trending in the country. Let's quickly join them. I'll be right back.
I feel you. I always feel you on the social media.
Wow.
With your street, credibility, guys.
Street credibility.
Yeah.
Oh.
The guys with street credibility, guys.
I really appreciate.
So what's happening? How is doing? Long time, I would say.
Yeah, long time. It's been a while I've been here, right?
But it's quite unfair. You just started and you abandoned us here.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You went over, you switched over to Agege.
Not only Agege, other places.
Other places.
Don't worry, it won't happen like that next week.
Okay.
I'm gonna be here next week.
Okay.
All right. Today, what we are discussing is still insecurity, and the ban on open grazing is what is really taking over the country right now, as Governor Wike of Rivers State, has implemented it. Rotimi Akeredolu also on it. Seriously, we have other states, Delta states, southwestern regions also trying to do something concerning it. I think it will go a long way in curtailing or curbing the evil act of these killer herdsmen.
Thank you very much. Since they had their meeting, the first meeting, the Southern Governors Forum meeting in Delta. They had it in Delta. You could see, they had it in Lagos. They had one in Lagos. You could see how many governors that was present there. Some were absent. There's betrayal of trust among those governors. Those are our Southern governors. You could see some governors sent as far as Secretary of State to represent them. What is more vital to your state? You are sending representatives, and we know the governors. Some from the east, like the Imo governor, did not show up. Some other governors from from the region, likewise, did not show up. I could remember. Now that was when I know that was the beginning. That's when I know that it's going to be the beginning of the of division among those governors. So let's wait and see. They still have a timeline between how many hours now? They still have a timeline of how many hours? Less than 24 hours to sign it into, because it's going to take effect from September 1st, which is tomorrow. So we are waiting for them, and we've known the one that have signed. We know the one that are yet to sign. So those ones that are yet to sign, we are watching you. Let's just keep watching you. Whether you are going to be a traitor, whether you be showing your face that you are the promoters of the killer herdsmen in your various states.
I think it's questionable the way the federal government is going about this issue. There's no way the government has really supported the governors who have come out to implement this idea. Why is the government going against it? Is there anything the federal government is benefiting from this?
The only thing federal government is benefiting is nepotism. Therefore, their nepotism to keep going on. When you go to each state that you are going to grab land for the grazing of the herdsmen, why cannot do what is good for the goose is good for the gander? Why cannot do the same for an average unemployed youth? Form association, we get you a land. If it is a nice city, what's it called? Hub, we will open in each state. Just get a land, then we know the certain numbers of youths that will, that will occupy those lands, or they will get that land for. But they are not doing it, and they are doing it for Fulani herdsmen. For God's sake, and for crying out loud, it can never stand. It can never stand, because we are all Nigerians, and we are all Nigerian youth. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. Don't be so carried away with your nepotism. The people in charge, the people at the top of the affairs, at the helm of affairs, please think twice, because what you are doing is very, very wrong. You are isolating some people, whereby you are embracing some people, and it's really showing clearly, because you are giving the most notorious criminals, the most notorious youths in this country now are in the are Fulani herdsmen. I'm now even sure whether majority of them are youth, because you see different ages, comprises of different ages. The Bokoharam, you see them, they are showing their faces on, but we've never seen one that's been prosecuted. We've never seen one that's been put on trial. Look at the Igboho heads. Igboho followers, they just released just of recent. What was their offense? Because they caught them in Igboho house. Doing what? They never killed, they never kidnapped, they never demand for ransom. They never even threatened government that government should be sending food to them for their captive. This country is a sick country. It's a really sick country.
Right,
it's a sick country. I think the doctor that will treat this country, I don't think is within the system. We have to go and get the doctor, maybe at the global space, to come and treat the fuck up of this country.
All right, thank you so much, Kule. Very brilliant one from you. I really appreciate you. It's Mr. Matthew. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
It's been a while.
Yes, of course.
How is family?
We thank the living God.
How is life?
We thank the Almighty God.
How is the country?
We thank the Almighty God for the situation.
For the situation.
Yes.
It seems we are in a precarious situation.
I think precarious situation is an understatement. Because we have a situation, even now as we speak, Ran community in Borno State have been overtaken by ISWAP. That is the current scenario. So at the time we were trying to celebrate surrendering of Bokoharam fighters, ISWAP is taking over the activity of insurgency in the northeast. So it's a thing of concern and a thing of worry, considering what is happening in Afghanistan, and considering that ISWAP is a more coordinated and a more sophisticated and international terror group. So I think it is high time the Nigerian government should realize that they are in for a bigger fight.
Can we defeat this people?
I think it's a combination of misfeeling. It depends on our approach. It depends on how we're able to deploy our resources, the resources at our disposal. So those are the factors that will determine whether we will defeat them or not. Ultimately, if we deploy the resources and all the arsenal in our armory, all the armory in our arsenal, I think we can defeat them. So it's a function of the willingness and the strategy we are using.
With the security apparatus that has been compromised in this
What I'm saying is because recently we received 6 out of the 12 Kano jets we procured from America. Those have not been deployed to the theaters of operation of war. But if you look at that category of aircrafts, it has so much to do in terms of decimating these insurgents. And since it came from a place like America that is an expert in this area, so they would have designed it to be able to decimate those insurgents if properly and adequately deployed. But again, I think sincerity on the part of people who are prosecuting this war is needed. And I don't think we are driving the process through technology enough. Because the way the world is currently, you need technology to drive this process. Look at, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, this threat in Afghanistan, the same group that detonated bomb that killed some American military personnel as on Navy SEAL. America was able to decipher that they were coming with a bomb. So they intercepted them and bomb and kill the person before it gets to its destination. That is what the technology can do. The same way Soleimani was killed in Iraq, that Iranian military diplomat. So it was through technology they did it. In the same vein, if we deploy technology, we have comparative advantage over these insurgents. Because one, they don't have access to the air. So that access to the air and all the air platform we have is a comparative advantage we have over these insurgents. And they do not have this. So why should they be having edge over us? So I think our strategy is wrong. We need to rejig our strategy so that we can see efficiency in the field.
Okay, we need to step up our game.
Yes.
All right, let's move down to the ban on open grazing. I think it's a welcome development.
To be quite honest with you, it is a good omen for the country. Because whether we like it or not, all stakeholders, without exception, apart from the presidency, is on the same page. That ranching is the way to go. That open grazing is no longer fashionable. That nomadic life is no longer fashionable. It was fashionable in the time past, but currently it's not fashionable. Quite agreed when we had southern and northern protectorates. there used to be about 415 grazing reserves and grazing routes, out of which about 141 was gazetted. But if you look at that law, only about 2 grazing reserves happen to be in the southern part of the country, even as at then. We have one in Ogun and one in Oyo or so. But if you look at that grazing reserve and grazing route, the states that came out of the Northern Protectorate, only Kwara and Bauchi domesticated that grazing reserve and grazing route in their current law books. And if you look at Kwara law currently, it prohibits you grazing outside grazing reserve. So I do not know where federal government is getting the ideology of asking the federal government relevant agencies to start the process of recovering grazing routes and grazing reserve that never existed in Nigerian constitution. But again, I see a government that is playing on double standard. Because on one hand, federal government recently approved 6.25 billion naira to Katsina State, for Katsina State to build ranches. As we speak, 5 billion have been released to Katsina State for that same purpose. And you are asking other people to go about open grazing, but your home state, you are releasing funds for ranching. So it's double standard by all means. That is the reason you see an autumn is speaking loud. Because Benue State happen to be the epicenter of this crisis. And the man do not want to wait until Fulani herdsmen overrun the whole state. We have a situation where even his life, there was an assassination attempt on his life. And the people that attempted that assassination came all out to claim responsibility. They say they are Fulani nationality movement. As we speak, nobody has been arrested. Nobody is under prosecution. And you are telling me that we have a president who goes by the name of the president and commander of the armed forces? For me, there are so many unanswered questions in this country. That's the reason, whether the Mr. President likes it or not, whether presidency likes it or not, all stakeholders in this country, they are unison against open grazing. It's immaterial about the opinion of Mr. President or the presidency.
All right, thank you so much. Mr.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it. Welcome once again, Raphael.
Thank you, Mr. Mike, and our viewers there. I'm greeting all of you in America, Europe, Asia, and Australia. You are welcome back once more. We are here again at Oba, Lagos.
There have been clamors for the release of Sunday Igboho, clamors for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Presently, the agitation is not as strong as ever. Do you notice it?
I notice it because the 2 lions are down in the jungle now. The 2 lions are being incarcerated. The 2 lions that were fighting for their rights have not been uncaged by these usurpers. This usurper called Buhari and his what? Taliban government. They tied down the 2 lions that were giving us what we need, that were giving us what we needed in Igbo land, what we needed in Yoruba land. They were being incarcerated by this Taliban government. How then does anybody expect the agitation fire to be burning as usual? The agitation fire seems so low now because the key agitators, the key players and champions of this cause are down in the jungle. They have been incarcerated for over, let's say, 2 months now.
Is there any possibility for them to come out of this?
Yes, much possibility. I still repeat, I'm trying to repeat what I said July 8th, that if Nnamdi Kanu eventually come out from DSS facilities where he's been detained, he's not going to go back to that detention. Because I tell you, in the courtroom there will be gentlemen. Gentlemen, they will attend the hearing. And when an abductor or a kidnap victim is let off the hook, what do you expect from him? What do you expect of him? What do you expect of the government? They will gang up, they will investigate seriously to know who his or her captors are, to put them or to bring them to justice or to book. But I tell you, when an abductee is being freed, he has the right to go his house. Because Nnamdi Kanu was illegally abducted at Nairobi airport. Nobody has signed it, nobody has used the normal document or process to arrest Nnamdi Kanu at Nairobi airport. He was kidnapped. Buhari is a kidnapper. Abubakar Malami is a kidnapper. Tanko Ibrahim or Bello, what is the name? Tanko Mohammed, CGN, is a kidnapper. You are running a kidnapping government, I tell you. The Talibans are coming up here to give the people accurate definition of this unbearable government.
Taliban?
Yes, the Taliban. They are going to Talibanize Nigeria, not even Fulanize us again. The Taliban from that axis of Middle East, Afghanistan, Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan. They are coming here to join forces with Fulani to press all of us.
I think the ban on open grazing.
The ban on open grazing has not. Let me tell you, Akeredolu is going to sign it into law today. He's going to sign it into law. So, if anybody sees any cow grazing on the land of Ondo State, you have the prerogative to slaughter it and share it among your omonna. Share it among your kinsmen. The meat, if care is not taken, hack the Fulani man, the rustler himself, hack him to death.
Return Nigeria to how it was. Buhari, that's what a sheikh has told the president.
That's good because his ideology, his prime agenda before he was elected into office in 2015 was to divide Nigeria. He was going there just to favor Fulani, to favor Islam, damn to Christianity, to suppress Igbo man, damn to Yoruba man. Because he felt that the reason why they brought him to office was due to his ill health. If he dies, the second will take over the office. But actually he died. Then fate, nature plays it against Nigerians. Fulani is a race I know that have this kind of, resemblance.
Raphael, so far so good. We have the likes
There are many people that look alike like Muhammad Buhari. Those are the people playing Muhammad Buhari, the president of Nigeria now. The current person is from Niger Republic. Go and observe. The first Buhari was using left hand. He was a lefty. The first Buhari was a lefty. He has mark here. His ear somehow twisted. But today, the current Buhari is using right hand. Nigerians could not find out because Nigerians are mugu. Every Nigerian man you see is very wise in his brain, is learned in his brain, he has his certificate, he believes he's intelligent. A stranger is the one that is piloting the affairs of Nigeria currently. It's not original Buhari. The former Buhari is taller than Ahmed Saraki, the former governor of Kwara State, the former Senate president. He's taller than him. But today, Ahmed Saraki, who is barely my height, is taller than somebody that is polling over, let's say, 6.2 feet before. All of a sudden, he shrinked. Went back to 5 point something. Because of what? Nigerian politicians, they need money.
Okay, let's go back to open grazing, the ban on open grazing.
Ban on open grazing.
So far so good. We have the likes of Wike, the governor of Rivers State, and Rotimi Akeredolu implementing.
Ban on open grazing has come to stay. Okay. Nobody is going to graze anywhere in Nigeria. As far as southern Nigeria is concerned, the law, the British law, the then British masters, the people that colonized Nigeria, the British, with the law they made right from onset was that the grazing rules in Nigeria is the land of north. Oga, geographically, what you have in the north is savanna grassland. Savanna grassland, the Sahel grassland or whatever, is what you have in the north there. That's why it's good on all those food items like carrots and the rest. It's not good for deep-rooted crop, onions. So you graze cows, you graze your livestock there. It's not for southern Nigeria. Southern Nigeria is mangrove, what? Rainforest. You have thick forest here. We don't have grasses. You don't need to graze in the swamp. Can you graze in the swampland? Don't you see that they have another agenda by sending cows, Fulanis, to what? To graze in our states in the southern Nigeria. So that those portions, if given to them, one night is enough. And only one night. There will be blood everywhere. They will run every state down. East, west, south. You and I, we are Southerners, we are Christians, we don't know how to waste blood. Fulani, because they have been given all these portions of land to graze and stay, at night,
And information service that
do strikes.
killer herdsmen are working with.
Killer herdsmen are
The ISWAP, the Bokoharam.
ISWAP, they're working together. The information now is that Taliban is coming. That's why I'm telling you that the Taliban are coming. The kind of radical Islamists you have here are the ones that are more bloodthirstier. More what? Bloodthirstier than the Taliban. They are coming, oh. See, oh, someone that gave birth to Chekarao is from northeastern Nigeria. Oh. Oga, Chekarao was a very bloodthirsty man who died like what? A hero of Boko Haram. The Nigerian military killed him. No, they were not the one that snipped life out of him. He died while fighting with his so-called visitors, ISWAP. He committed suicide. According to verifiable information, the guy killed himself. The guy died a hero. Yes. You have people like that in Nigeria. You have people like that in the northeast. People that resisted Fulani. They told us in history that, see, Osman Danfodio, they are nothing to us. They are talking. Osman Danfodio, they migrated from Futajola Island. Before they arrived Kano, we were Muslims. Those are the Kanuri tribes in Borno State. They migrated from Yemen and Sudan. Oga, Osman Danfodio come with Islamic religion in the north. Before his arrival in the north, the Kanuris were Muslims before him. That's why you can't see anything like him here in the northeast. No, they don't have it. Where my Boronu and the rest, my Boronu, Chehu of Genewan, they don't have Emirates there. Kanuris did not allow Fulani. Are you listening to me? So I'm trying to tell you that the next destination of the Taliban is this part of the world.
Tameke, what long time I haven't seen you.
How you doing, sir?
I'm too far, glory be to God. Yeah.
You're always looking fresh.
Oh yeah. That's miracle of God.
Looking cute.
No matter how Nigeria is, the children of God will surely enjoy.
How is Nigeria? How is
Okay,
Nigeria?
I'm coming. Father Yahweh, I thank thee, I bless thee, I magnify your name for making it possible today for me to see Michael Adekule. I thank God that said be glorified, be magnified. And I thank you for our viewers outside the world who are enjoying our truth. I thank you for good loving people who love truth and stand for the truth. People who love freedom and know the meaning of freedom. People who know the meaning of human being. Father Yahweh, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. Be lifted up. Yeah. I am Mr. Okpara. The new Okokondem in this Second Republic of Biafra. Live by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Long live IPOB. Long live ESN. Long live Odua People Republic. Long live Sunday Bohu and his men. I thank God for releasing those people yesterday. May them be glorified. Amen.
Okay, they've released the names of Sunday Bohu, but the main Igbo is still in the Republic.
Yeah.
We have Nnamdi Kanu. Sorry, you have Nnamdi Kanu in the custody of the DSS.
Yeah.
Now, in all this, you just came suddenly, and though you came late,
Yeah.
but I believe something must have triggered you to come. Because you told me
I cannot be able to come.
to make it.
To make
So
it.
you won't be able to make it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you came out. Now, what we've been discussing is the issue of ban on open grazing that has been implemented by some states, which some governors are still trying to do same. Now, with this act, don't you think there will be an end or a limit to bloodshed in this country by the killer herdsmen?
You see, to ban open grazing is if they can be able, if the governors, mostly certain governors, can be able to maintain it, if they can be able to stand on their heel, I don't see why they should be fearing. The presidency is elected. This time around, the first time he entered by treason, he protected coup, although he succeeded. Now this one is by lot. So and the governors also by ballot. I still have immunity, so the governors have immunity. I don't see why governors should be fearing to stand on a constitution that gives them power to act as a chief security in their state. So if they can be able to stand and say no grazing route in the whole south, if they succeeded, it will be a helping hand to meet the bet to succeed. It will be a helping hand to other states in go north who don't want, because not every state you go north want it. You can see Katsina, how the man is crying. That's not governor. People should carry gun and defend themselves, which means they themselves they are tired. You see, if they stop can be able to stop opening grazing, then they can be able to stop the killing partially. Because that reduce that to open grazing is a route or an avenue to perpetrate evil, to circle Nigerians. Wow. To circle indigenous people of Nigerians.
To infiltrate the forest.
To infiltrate the forest and cover everywhere. This is why I think 2017 or 18 they are trying to have a Fulani radio station, so that whatever they broadcast there will be in the Fulani language.
Nigerians were against.
We are against. If they surrender the whole bush, they can take their Fulani language to communicate and tell their brothers when they are going to kick off their jihad war, because this is the preparation of jihad what they are doing. So they want to take grazing route to occupy position around the indigenous people of Nigeria. These are the indigenous people of Biafra, indigenous people of Nigeria. Round them up, because in Nigeria we have tribes, and those tribes are indigenous. Fulani is not part of Nigerian tribe. Fulani came in 1804. They settled in Kano with a Kano Hausa Sariki. Then there was a war between them. Then when they grow as they are doing now, they enter peacefully. When they grow, then they fought the Hausas and won them. They use Hausa subjects against their allies. So they told the subjects that your king is maltreating you, your king is doing you what? Then they buy Hausa to their religion, because that time most of the Hausas are pagans. So when they come with Islamic religion, they embrace it. So through that religion, they buy part of them against the rulers. So he have majority of the subject against the rulers. So he used the subject and fought the rulers and conquered them and hang the man, kill the man. That's how they settled over there. They see that 1804, Usman Tafodio try, do everything, killing other tribes in the north, Mano tribes in the north, capturing them until he reached Jeba. He reached Jeba and crossed it over. They bet middle bet TV. He wasn't able to capture TV. It was when he was penetrating to capture TV that TV people fought him and killed Usman Tafodio in TV and hang his head on the stick. Then that time, Shehu Bronu, which we call Northeast now, they are Shehu Bronu Caliphate. The Shehu Bronu told Usman Tafodio, don't bring your jihadists here. I'm a Muslim, you're a Muslim, and I've been here before you come. So you cannot come and overrun my own kingdom. Stay there over with your own kingdom. Don't cross over here. It was the advent of British, that made them to come together. Already they have captured Kwara State through Afonja. Afonja invited them, they came and captured Kwara. This is how they are doing. So if they can be able to stop this grazing route, we can be able to, non-Muslim in Nigeria can be able to checkmate the Fulani. Now if you go, the Hausas don't have mouth again. When they conquer the Hausa, they start answering Hausa Fulani, deceiving Hausa. Now they have come openly and answer Fulani. Before the Civil War, when we got our independence, what they have is not an agenda. Naturalization of Nigeria is what they have, which may go on, Tiwa Danjuma and the others. Christians in the north and the non-Fulanis in the north team up together and fight we, the Biafrans. Naturalization. Now they have feel that they have stand strong. They can face anything in Nigeria. Now they have come up with a Fulanization of agenda now. No more northern agenda. No more organization. So if other tribes can be able to checkmate them through this ban on open grazing, then we can be able to contain them. But my fear is some certain governors are betrayers. Some certain governors, they would like to play master and servant rule. Not the politics, servant master's role. They have because most of the elite in Nigeria, non-Fulani, have seen Fulani as a god in Nigeria. So whatever you have to do, you have to submit to Fulani. You have to agree on whatever they are doing. Before, look at what they did in Imo State. Robbery because they had refused the agenda. Then the people who agree on the agenda. Now go look at Imo State. Imo State is a battlefield now. It's a war theater to please to please his masters. You can see it. So if they can be able to stop it, very nice. But my own fear again is in southeast, south. Look at what the other time I was watching in net. When I was watching in net, I saw didn't flash out that the Fulanis had us. They pursue in Taraba have come to cross river to take refuge. People where their own people pursue. The treasury ruler in Taraba, one of the treasury rulers was Emir, and Emir is Fulani title. Then he was able to stand up and say the people quit because of your trouble. Now, person nothing concern him. He is not Hausa, he's not North, he's not Fulani. Went and carried them to accommodate them against the wishes of his people. Like in Ebonyi, they accused Ebonyi governor that have collected money to allow the project. Now, Uzodinma said last time he's not part of the certain governors that banned the open grazing. Oh, there's open grazing in Imo State. That's where the battle is ranging now.
Now, we are only talking about the Fulani killers or the killer Herdsmen. But we still have other insurgents in Nigeria like the Bokoharam terrorist group, ISWAP, and other terrorist organizations that are really threatening the peace of the country. Just yesterday or some hours ago, we had a situation where ISWAP, stormed Borno State. I think it's ISWAP. Yeah, stormed Borno State, sent residents away. Even soldiers, fled the community. Now, don't you think we are getting into bigger trouble if this is not combated immediately?
You see, the head is almost off the body. The head is almost off the body in Nigeria. Now, we have Bokoharam, although the government of the day declared them terrorists. But have you seen the government of the day being so furious on them like they were on IPOB and the Sunday Bohu group? Have you seen them?
I think the government needs to tread carefully on that issue.
Government, okay, what can they tread carefully on IPOB issue? What can they tread carefully on Ibohu issue? How many times have you seen government going to Buhari leaders, their relation, their families, break the door, break everything, vandalize that place? Okay, even the Fulani herdsmen, killers that come out to pull everybody know. Have you ever seen the government said anything evil against them, condemn them? Oh, you see, both Bokoharam, both ISWAP, both herdsmen or bandit, whatever you call it, they are the product of this present government, not an elite. They are their product. The people that are abetting them, they are in the government. The people give them information, they are in government. People are sponsoring them, they are in government. They are working together. To do what? To actualize their own purpose since 1804. During the pre-independence, they went to conference in Lokoja, which is in Kogi State now. Ahmadu Bello rise up in the conference, say he will wipe up the East and use their land for cattle rearing because it's good for green pasture. Zik was here. Zik did not say anything because Zik have sold himself to them. It was Emma Yakbara who rise up and told him, Ahmadu Bello, Ahmadu, the thing that your father Usman Dafodio wasn't able to do. Any day you try it, you will die. Your father Usman Dafodio caliphate end up in Jeba. It did not reach this middle belt. How much more to come down to east? Then we have independent on October 1st. On October 12th, December 1960, 11 days interval, Ahmadu Bello came to Pilot newspaper and said, this new enterprise called Nigeria supposed to be his father's housing estate. Only 11 days. He said this new enterprise called Nigeria supposed to be his father's housing estate. What does that mean? Which means Nigeria is supposed to belong to him.
All right, because of our time, we need to
because of our time. But let me tell you, if the Southerners and Middle Belt don't take time, unless Father Yahweh stop Fulani never give up. No matter the century take them, Fulani never give up. What they want, they will get it. Unless we stand on our hill, Middle Belt, Southerners, and call on God to intervene and be focused on what you are doing. Otherwise, Afghanistan will be far better than Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much, Okokonde. I really appreciate it.
I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokonde, this is people of Biafra. Omo Biafra, ona hagwana ona, onye ndị roba bubeleche ndị eche mgbe niile. Omo Biafra, shi na nyono n'aka, duo n'aka na ntị, ma nọ ihe unu na-eme, ka Jehova gbaa ya ume. Isi ESN, ona hagwana ona, ka Jehova use unu na-eburu anyị agha, ọ ga-adị mma. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, Jehova gbaa gị ume, ịkapụta na ndụ ọnwụ n'ọnwụ n'aha Jesus Christ. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Today's edition of this program. Join us next time on the same platform. I still remain Michael Adekunle. Behind the camera is Efe Johnson, also the editor of Keeping It Real on OPC Communications. You can join us on our social media as displayed on the screen. You can also join me on Facebook at Michael Timtayo, at Instagram at Michael Timtayo. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.